following December 1st. I think it's week 8 where where we're looking at our 2020 program pledge drive. We have 1 or 2 more weeks with a speaker, and then we'll begin following up with members and households of the congregation who've not yet had a chance to record a pledge. We'd like 100% participation from everyone coming into our life, those in our life who pledged the previous year, to record that. From those pledges, a vestry establishes the program budget for the coming year. We've been having a speaker from among us come and speak each time, and Kristen Simmons is here today to come and say a word. Would you please, Kristen? Thank you. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Kristen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Kristen Simmons, and my journey at Christ Church Cathedral began over 20 years ago as a fairly recent newlywed. My husband, Chris, and I were visiting several Episcopal churches in the area, trying to find one where we felt most comfortable. We eventually decided to come to the Cathedral because it felt the most like home. Back in 1998, home to me meant most like Christ Episcopal Church in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where I had been baptized as an infant, confirmed as a preteen, and later where Chris and I were married. But slowly the feeling of home began to transform from the comfort of a familiar past feeling into something new for me. There are so many reasons Chris and I felt drawn to this place that I can't choose just one thing I love most about Christ Church Cathedral. This church, my new home, and in the next 2 decades of my life, literally became an extension of our family. Some of the earliest days of our life here was when our son Zanel, who is now 15 years old, was baptized as an infant. I remember Jeffrey Butcher coming to our house for a reception after the service, looking dapper in his smart hat and sharing that joyous day with us with his gentle smile and soft voice. Later, Jonas, who is now 11, and Evely, who is 9 years old, were born and also baptized here. As our family grew, we attended a number of parish weekend away retreats where we got to know several families on a more intimate level. With the different foyer groups we joined, our kids got to know some of their Sunday school cohorts in a more personal way. Throughout the years, we've attended many Advent events, Christmas pageants, Shrove Tuesday pancake dinners, Palm Sunday passion walks, Liturgy of Light services, and Vacation Bible School was always in our summertime schedule. These sturdy church walls and many of its clergy, staff, and parishioners have made it into our family photo albums because of the steady and constant presence this place has been in our lives. We are grateful to have had special relationships with people who work day in and day out at this church, like our sextons Will and Marcus and James, who used to work here for many years. We've always enjoyed the many chats we've had with them during the work week or on Sunday mornings. Will and James have had a special relationship with each of our kids too, and even gave them their own special names, Z, Dr. J, and Little E. Mama Lou and Miss Brenda and the other ladies in the nursery have also been very special to us. They also lovingly watched over all 3 of our children as infants up until the kids were too old to be in there, even though they didn't want to leave. They were like surrogate mothers, grandmothers, and aunts to Zanel, Jonas, and Evely. As our kids got older, all 3 of them ended up joining the junior and senior chorister programs, where they have received one of the best musical educations Music City has to offer. Chris and I have had the opportunity to tighten our relationships with other parents of choristers on the weekend retreats, holiday parties, and while sitting at the church conversing either at the Sunday morning breakfast or while waiting for the weekly rehearsal to end. A couple of years ago, I made the decision to go through the Journey in Faith class to reaffirm my own baptismal vows. Taking that class gave me the boost to get further involved with the youth program. I have since chaperoned on summer mission trips, EYC outings, and at other various youth-sponsored events. The more I got involved, the more the personal tank in my heart filled. The more my tank filled, the more energy I've had to get more involved. It is an amazingly fulfilling vicious cycle. Christ Church Cathedral has given our family so many opportunities to love, to be loved, to grow in faith, and to build new relationships. Chris and I have invested our time, talents, and yes, money into this divine place because of the many ways it has become an extension of our family. For it is in giving that we receive, and I pray that you all feel the same call to give joyfully and sacrificially to the annual campaign as your thanksgiving for all the goodness of God's love as my family and I have experienced here, so that we may continue to offer these meaningful programs and share in these special moments with our future generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Very much appreciated. Bless you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. There are cards in the pews. There's a place on the website where you can record your tithe and offering. Encourage you to do that if you haven't done so in the next week here. We very much appreciated from this, the leadership of the parish can plan for the coming year.
Yours, O Lord, is the greatness, the power, the glory, the victory, and the majesty. For everything in heaven and on earth is yours. Yours, O Lord, is the kingdom, and you are exalted as head over all.